you made a concerted effort to get to the rim, and you shot 72.
Yeah.
That's about as good as it gets for you offensively.
Yeah, our execution was really good in the second half. We ran our stuff. We got them space to the corners and just hurt them down the middle, down the gut. That's where we felt like we had an advantage. Because, we just put a lot of pressure on their bigs. And when you get downhill in the bigs and pick and rolls, then we're forcing the corner guys to come in and help. And if they don't, then the bigs will be open. And if they do, then you just make the right read. And the biggest difference, though, is our defense. I wasn't, the battle kid, the shots he was taking. It's not like that wasn't good defense. It was great defense. It was just better offense. I mean, those were ridiculously hard shots. I doubt who practices those shots? Who practices shots like that? I mean, for what? To be somebody in force, maybe. But those aren't normal shots. But give him credit, he was making them. I mean, they made 9 threes. We may go 20 games and nobody make 9 threes against us in 40 minutes. They made 9 threes in 20. But the Hicks kid is a high-level shooter. I mean, he's legit. He's a really good shooter. And Battle's a good player. But I thought we just trusted our system second half. They didn't hurt us on the roller, which they hurt us on in the first half. We just made a couple little tweaks here and there, but most of it was on offense. I didn't think we guarded them bad the first half. It just made some very difficult shots. The difference was running our stuff and then hitting them right down the middle, and our kids executed.
Second half, when you took control of the game, they had like 13 points in the first 14 minutes.
Yeah. Everywhere we go is a great crowd. It's a sellout. And literally. But I can't tell you how proud I am of Aaron McKee and what he's done with this Temple program. When I heard it was a sellout, to be honest with you, my first thought was Coach Chaney. How proud he would be of Aaron. Because I know what this looked like when Aaron got here. And it's been a steady growth for him. And he's got a good team. We've got guys that have played in the Elite Eights and Final Fours, and all that stuff, and won conference championships, tournament championships. So we've been there. But them beating us at our place was not a fluke. They beat us. Coaches will come and say, yeah, but we did this and they did this. No, they beat us. Give them their due. They beat us. But today we beat them. That's the way it goes.
We're going back here, back left.
Senior team responded what they did in that second half. How much senior team responded what they did in that second half? How much was that first game in the mind, or if at all? And you see a team like that just take over like that. How does it please with the coach to be able to execute the way you guys did out of the gate?
Yeah, well, we work at that stuff, and we don't have selfish kids. They're very selfless. But one of the things we taught our kids about being selfless, that doesn't mean you think less of yourself. It just means you think more of others. And that's what a good basketball team does. You give up a good shot for a great shot, an average shot for a good shot. And we did that the entire 20 minutes. We kept looking for the best shot, and that required ball movement. We got the ball to the third side. First side, second side, third side, and then we got in the paint. And once we got in the paint, we had them a lot in. They were scrambling a little bit. And once we got in the paint, our kids made the right decision.
Go to Andy Honest here.
Kelvin, on topic of offense, how big was Jarvis Walker and offensive production he had, especially in the first half and then towards the second half? He continued to have that offensive performance tonight.
Yeah, Jarvis is starting to find his groove a little bit. I thought our 3 freshmen played good tonight, our young guys. Emmanuel Sharp has a couple of nice shots at the big 3. Javier Francis, I thought had really good activity. That's, you know, he's 19 years old. He's got a 7'6" wingspan, and he's 6'8". He's so young. He's so inexperienced. But I thought his activity usually equals productivity. And when he's active, he has great activity. He usually helps us. And then, you know, Jairus is he's starting to find his groove. Early in the year, struggled. And even the first half tonight, I thought he was, you know, not at his best. Free throw line, missed a 1-and-1. I wanted to make the 1-and-1 because I know it was our ball to start the second half, and we got a chance to double up. Missed the 1-and-1. But we came out of, we went into the halftime and said, okay, here's how we're going to attack them. I didn't talk a lot about defense because of the shots they were taking. They were taking difficult shots. So I thought our defense was pretty good. What we tried to, adjustments we made, or what we tried to do better was our offensive execution.
Go right here in the front row.
You know, the first sort of three halves, Temple against your trap kind of didn't make too many errors, and it was the beginning of the second half, the turnovers at half court that kind of turned it. Anything that got done there?
That's a great observation. You know what we tried to do was not trap them. You know, was stay at the line of scrimmage. You know, trap means that you're basically two guys are converging on a prey, right? You got two wolves after a little rabbit. What we did was use our guard, we call it back pressure, but we just kept our guard and use active hands. And that's where we got a lot of deflections. You know, Dunn 6'5". You know, we have little guards. Shed's 6 foot, Sasser's 6'1". So we used them to play behind him, and we kept our bigs at the line of scrimmage just active. So he was throwing over, and you know, we were committing to the ball, and he kept throwing the ball over Shed. And that was hurting us. So once we left our big at the line of scrimmage, you know, their pick and roll defense. And once we took away their pick and roll defense, then they started running battle out of their diamond floppy set, trying to get him jump shots. And you know, that's a hard way to make a living.
Go to Dessa, you're on the right.
Coach Sampson, seems like the freshman really stepped up tonight, whether it was Jairus making that 3 to move it from 5 to 8, and then after that technical, you had Sharp was a real sharp shooter tonight, making that 3 to push it back from 10 to 13. What does it really say about the freshmen's already buy-in that they're calling already?
Yeah, this is a good time of year to do it. The guy that's been playing better, that just hasn't found his niche yet, maybe, is Terrence Arsenault. You know, he can play better. But you know, Sharp's father was his high school coach. You know, he was well coached coming in. Tough kid, keeps his composure, doesn't lose sight of what we're trying to do. And he's got a good body. You know, Temple's guards are big and strong. You know, we lost 4 starters off last year's team, and their wings were all 6'5". We're not nearly as big as we were last year, but you know, we have to be way more aggressive. In the second half, I thought we were aggressive at both ends.
Got time for 1 or 2 more if anybody's got it. No, one more in the back.
As you head to the final monthly conference play and get ready to turn, where do you see the squad at right now, and what do you look forward to? The guys that you play with as well?
I think the big thing for us is continue to develop our bench. You know, those freshmen. You know, we have four freshmen, and we have 5 guys that played last year. That's it. Reggie Cheney, J1, Roberts, Shed, Sasser, and Tremont Mark. That's it. Everybody else is a freshman. Francis a freshman, Walker a freshman, Arsenault a freshman, and Sharp a freshman. Just continue to develop those kids. You know, we've you know, I watched them play at Oregon, at Virginia, at UCF, Tulane, Wichita State, Temple. You know, we've played enough road games now where in tough environments. I mean, I've been coming to Temple for a long time. That was a great environment, wasn't it? You know, kudos to Temple students. They were giving it to us there on the baseline. I give them an A. You know, I don't know if they're making A in classes, their classes, but they got an A today for me. You know, but our freshmen just need to continue to develop. But those other kids, you know, Shed's a good leader, Sasser's a good leader, Robertson, Chaney. I mean, we have tough kids. That's the end of the day. But to win on the road, you gotta have some tough kids.
Last question will go to you, gentleman in the front row.
Coach, you mentioned, you know, how Aaron's built this program up in his 4 years. You know, when you guys leave for the Big 12 next season, can you see Temple starting to take that step to possibly, you know, be the new Houston of this conference?
Well, there's a lot of really good basketball programs. When I got in the league, my first year was 2014-15 season. Coach Larry Brown was at SMU and Mick Cronin was at Cincinnati. They were probably the two headliners. Kevin Ollie was coming off a national championship at Connecticut. I mean, it's a really, really good league. But next year, Temple's gonna be right there. Memphis, you know, Penny's built a really good program. I think Wichita State, that's a really good basketball school. They're not going anywhere, and they're playing a lot better now too. So the good thing is there's a lot of schools that can be the top school, and Temple's one of them.
Thank you very much for your